Good afternoon, my dear students, and today again we are here with our new technology of taking online sessions, right? And in the previous session we have learned about the textual lesson. So here by that session itself our textual part of first unit has been completed. So now I decided to have something different, something very unique thing in front of you. It's not a unique, I know pretty well, but here we are going to learn about writing skill. So writing skill is not so much difficult, we know, but the formation of the sentences and the words which are used in it plays a very important role. So today in this writing sessions we are going to learn about dialogue writing. Okay, so before starting of these dialogue writing, I have written some of the points which we are going to learn today. The first one is meaning of dialogue, second is how to write a good dialogue, third is example of dialogue, and fourth is one topic of dialogue for self-practice. Okay, so coming back to the first topic, that is meaning of dialogue. That is very important to be understood. Yes, we know dialogue is a kind of a writing skill and we are writing it from our own imaginative way. But the word meaning of it, the first dialogue, okay, the dialogue word is been split in two different parts. First is that is to, and log, that is speech. So dialogue means it's a communication or conversation between the two persons. Okay, so whatever we are learning or writing in the dialogue writing is nothing but the conversation. Now the part comes that how we are going to write the conversation. I have gone through with n numbers of students and they are writing their own imaginative kind of dialogues between the two persons, as if they are just giving their dialogue in their own regional language to the English language. They are converting their regional language into the English language. And that's why what happens, the dialogue becomes very lengthy. And whenever the dialogue is being read by any kind of an examiner or the person, they become really bored. And the words which are used in it's outstanding, we know pretty well, and you must be knowing that how you are presenting a dialogue writing. So today I am going to show you that how we have to make it an impressive dialogue writing, which can give you the maximum marks, or you will not able to lose a single mark over there. For that purpose, we have the second topic over here, that how to write a good dialogue. Okay, so now we will come to the left hand side of mine, that is how to write a good dialogue. So there are 10 points. You can see over here there are 10 points. Slowly and steadily we will proceed further. First point, that is topic of conversation. Now we know pretty well that the conversation is done between the two persons, but how the conversation will be? What sorts of questions you should ask for yourself so that you can get the actual answer for the dialogue writing. So the first one is who. The first thing which should highlight in your mind is who is communicating. Who are the two different persons talking with each other? Once you get that answer, you can proceed for the next question. That is what. What content they are going to discuss with each other. These all things are already mentioned in your question. So this picture is clear in front of you. But still you have to keep in mind that these questions are very importantly being taken into consideration while writing the dialogue writing. Okay. Third is why. Whatever communication they are doing, for what purpose they are doing, why they are doing it. This concept should be clear in your mind. Fourth one, that is how. Obviously, whatever things we are going to discuss, how they are going to discuss. Either they are going to discuss in the positive way or they are going to discuss in the negative way. Those two points are also very important to be understood. Now going further, we have the second point, that is imagine yourself as both. Yes, this is very important. When we are writing dialogue writing, there are two persons or two human beings talking with each other. We have to stand in both the places individually. At the part when you are writing a dialogue for one person, you should stand at that place and think and imagine that if you were at that place, how you must have communicated. Then you have to go for the second person who is going to communicate or give the reply to the first person, and think that what the reply you will be given for the first communicated dialogue. This both the things should be kept. That is, arrange your idea in order. See, many times the concept comes in your mind that whenever you are writing any kind of informal communication, the things which comes in your mind is hi, hello, how are you, and for this formality itself you complete 2 or 3 dialogues. That doesn't make a good impression in front of the examiner. You have to only consume the 2 dialogues for particular 2 persons, and then you have to complete that formality. You should stop over there, hi, hello and how are you and all. You should not exceed more than that. So this is very important. third point, and then you have to even arrange the things in particular order. Suppose you are asking some of the question which answer is to be received at the first, and you are asking that question later on, then it is completely wrong. You have to understand that what question is to be asked, as we discussed in the first point, that what these all concepts should be very clear in your mind. Then and then only you are able to form the perfect dialogue, and then you are able to arrange the things in the particular manner. Okay, and that too it should be in logical way. Fourth point, use simple and direct language. Very true. See, I have seen many of the students, they are writing their dialogue in a very impressive way by adding some kind of new vocabularies, new words, impressive words, difficult words. But see, you are not that much of familiar with some of the words, and you use that word in the language which has been commonly used in the society, then that dialogue will not become impressive, rather it will be disturbed. So you have to keep in mind that whatever language or words you are using, it should be simple and direct to be understood. Fifth point, proper punctuation. Yes, this is again very important. Wherever we are taking pause, many times when we are talking, we are breathing sometimes, we are taking pause sometimes, we are giving some expressions, wow, alas, and such a kind of words. For that purpose, we put an exclamatory mark. We write the communication in 2 inverted commas. So these all things are very importantly to be done. If you don't put the punctuation marks in the right and proper way, the communication will be considered as incomplete. So this point is also very important to be understood, that where and how we are to use the punctuation marks. Sixth point, that is use of contractions and interjections. This point I have already discussed, but again I am going to discuss it. First of all, that is contractions. Now, what is contractions? In the common language, we don't use that we should not do this work, or we should do this work. These are kind of long words we don't use. We use some kind of short words, that shouldn't, cannot. Okay, such a kind of words are to be used. See, short words means I am not talking about any kind of your WhatsApp languages. You know pretty well that how kind of a WhatsApp language is being used. For Y-O-U, you are just writing capital U, and that is to be understood. No, such a kind of a language is not being used for the dialogue writing purpose. I am talking only about the contractions words, that is only don't, shouldn't, could not, okay, couldn't in place of could not. So such a kind of words you have to use in the dialogue as if you are using the common formal languages. Next is the interjections, that I have said before also, that whatever expression kind of words are, like oh, wow, alas, after that we put an exclamatory mark. So thus, such a kind of words are to be used in the dialogue writing. You should not be very much formal, and plain communication should not be there. Emotion should be there in the dialogue, so that it can be naturally being considered. Next point, that is formal and informal. Yes, the dialogue is of 2 different types. There are formal dialogues also, and there are informal dialogues also. So accordingly, you have to think about the topic, that is it a formal dialogue or it's a informal dialogue. If it is informal, you can use n number kind of words that you commonly communicate with your friends and other people. But talking about formal dialogue writing, you have to think about the very formative language that can be used in the commercial world. So such a kind of a language is being used in the dialogue writing. Next point is no slang or abusive language. Yes, this is very, very important. I know commonly when we are talking, there are n numbers of slang language and abusive languages being used. But in dialogue writing, you should never ever use such kind of words. It is not at all considered in the language purposes. So these all words should be completely avoided. Means you should not at all use these words in dialogue writing. Ninth is use active feelings and emotions. Yes, this is very, very important, students. You should understand that wherever the emotions are needed, wherever the expressions are needed, wherever the kind of thing is to be shown in front of the person, that is to be shown. It is mandatory. Then and then it will be considered as dialogue, isn't it? When you are communicating with the other person, you have never ever been considering the formal language, isn't it? Whatever expressions are coming from the depth of the heart, you are expressing it freely. So here also you have to use the same thing, but the conditions are applied as we have discussed before in the above given points. The last point, the very important point, proper start and end. Yes, this is very, very important. Proper beginning of the dialogue and proper ending of the dialogue. See, I have seen many of the students, they are starting it very nicely. they do the starting work very better way, but the ending part, after reading the end part, we just come to know that something is lacking behind, something should be added at the end so that it can show that the dialogue is completed over here. So that completion should be there. If you are not giving that completion part into it, you will not be considered as the perfect dialogue writer. So that's all about all our 10 points how to write a good dialogue.
Now the question arises that why is dialogue writing so important? Can you imagine reading a story without any character speaking to another character? Or any play where you have just the author narrating the whole incident and no conversation going on? It will look very dull and boring, and I'm sure you won't like to continue reading it further. So, dialogues are really very integral part of any writing skill. Okay. Now, what are its importance? Dialogue writing exposes the traits of a character, his emotions, his internal motives, and at the same time, it establishes the relationship between the people. It also shows the action taking place without boring the reader with lot of explanation. As I've told you, if there'll be only one person or the narrator speaking, it will become really dull and boring. And as the characters speak to each other, we are able to understand the basic nature, attitude, emotions of the characters, as well as it helps us to understand the relationship between various characters of the story. Next is it helps to move the storyline forward. Yes, this is very important. With the help of dialogue, we're able to see the progress of the story. The story is moving ahead. Moreover, dialogue makes a literary piece interesting and alive and gives enjoyable experience to the readers. We'll enjoy, we'll have thrill in reading a writing piece only if it has dialogues in it. Now the next thing which comes in your mind must be that how to write or how to present a dialogue. What could be the right format or right pattern of writing a dialogue? Now, in dialogue, we always have two characters. First of all, try to use simple and very easy names for your characters. Second, when writing a dialogue, use a colon after the name of the character and then write the spoken line spoken by that character. Another thing is that every time a different character speaks, write a dialogue on a fresh line. Name should come below the name and colon should come below the colon. I'll show you with an example how it is written. A proper presentation is very important while writing a dialogue. Now include the actions, feelings or expressions in bracket. Suppose you are writing a dialogue and you say that suppose Ram, he says something in very angry mood. So you'll put in bracket in anger and then you'll write, where were you for so long? Okay, so when the reader will read that in bracket it's written in anger, he will have an idea, okay, these words were written while the character was in very angry mood. So feelings and expressions are written in brackets. This all the characters should have a fair share of words to speak. Make sure that the conversation is not dominated by any one character. This is really very important point which have to be kept in mind, because sometimes what happen, as we have seen the students writing in exams, one person is speaking and the second one is simply answering in yes or no. No, that will be the wrong way of writing. Make sure that both the characters speak properly, they have proper words to be spoken, and both the characters get proper chance to speak. Last but not the least, the most important point, the presentation should be beautiful, properly arranged, and neatly presented. Here I have a sample question for you. It's a dialogue between a shopkeeper and a customer who has come to buy a pair of shoes. First of all, have a look at the style and the pattern, the way the dialogue is written. The first speaker's name is there, then there is a colon, and after the colon, whatever that person is speaking is written. Then, when the second character speaks, his or her name comes in the second line, and then the colon, and then whatever that person speaks. The name of the speaker comes below the another speaker, and the colon comes below the colon. Then note down the punctuation marks, the way they are used, exclamatory mark, question mark. So these will help the character to understand what the speaker is saying and in what mood. So let me read this example for you. Shopkeeper, can I help you? Customer, yes, please. I want some sports shoes. Shopkeeper, with lace or slip-on? Customer, with laces, please. Shopkeeper, what size? Customer, 10, I think. But would you measure my foot? Shopkeeper, certainly. Yes, it is 10. Then how about these? Customer, well, they feel a bit tight here. Can I try a different pair of shoes? Shopkeeper, of course, try these. Customer, they are a better fit, but I don't like the color. They are too shiny. Have you got them in some other color? Shopkeeper, yes, we do. We have white, brown, grey, and red. Customer, could I try on the white pair, please? Shopkeeper, one moment. I'll grab the white one for you. There you go. Customer, thank you. I like white better and they fit nicely. I'll take them. Shopkeeper, certainly. Anything else? Customer, no, that's all. How much are they? Shopkeeper, it comes to rupees 2000 only. Would you like to pay by cash or card? Customer, card please. Shopkeeper, no problem. Here's your receipt. Thank you and please come again. Customer, thank you. So this is a sample of a dialogue writing. Now just notice one more thing, that if a dialogue is a bit lengthy and if it is not coming in the next line, then if you're carrying it to the next line, make sure it is written after the colons, not before the colons. So I hope this example is clear. Now you can have an exam, a question like this, where a situation is given to you along with the characters and you have to write a dialogue for them. Now another kind of question is, now you can have another type of question in dialogue writing in which a dialogue would be given to you with some gaps or blanks. You have to fill up the blanks to complete the dialogue. I have an example for you. Here two friends, Rohit and Anuj, who met after few years, are talking to each other. We have to complete this dialogue. Okay, so Rohit says, hello Anuj, how are you? Anuj says, fine, what a pleasant surprise. Now see, notice the way they are starting the conversation by wishing each other, greeting each other, then they are expressing their surprise for meeting after so long. Next, Rohit, it's a long time since we met. Where dash all these days? So Rohit is asking something to Anuj, but what could be his question? We won't be able to understand until we read the reply of Anuj. Anuj says in Mumbai. So now when we get an idea that what is the answer, we can guess the question. So here Rohit would have asked that, where have you been all these days? And also make sure that you use the correct tense when you fill up these blanks. If they are talking in the present tense, you have to use a present tense. If they are talking about the past, use past tense. And if they are talking about their future plans, we have to use future tense. So tenses also plays a very, very important role while writing a dialogue. So we have got the answer for the first blank. It's long time since we met. Where have you been all these days? So Anuj replies, in Mumbai. How about you? Tell me, dash nowadays. So now Anuj wants to know something, but what it could be? Let's read the answer or reply of Rohit. Rohit says, I am an accountant in a private firm here. So we must be asking about his job or what is he doing. So here the answer could be, tell me, what are you doing nowadays? And Rohit replies, I am an accountant in a private firm here. Then he continues, last time I saw you, you were a student. Then there is a full stop. Again he asks something. There is a blank. Your MCom degree? He wants to know something about his MCom degree, but what? So for that we have to know the answer. So Anuj says in 2015. Okay, so he must be asking about at the time when he completed his MCom degree. So here the answer could be, or the question could be of Rohit, when did you complete your MCom degree? So Anuj replies, in 2015. I came here to take up a new job with Air India. I am the new administrative officer. Rohit, that's good news. Then again Rohit has some query. So he says when, but what is he asking? So we have to look at the reply. Anuj is answering, I have to report at 11 a.m. today. So have you guessed what could be the question of Rohit? Yes, Rohit must have asked that what have you to report to your office? Sorry, when have you to report to your office? He's asking about the time. So he asks that when you have to report to your office. So Anuj says, I have to report at 11 a.m. today. I don't know the Air India office. Then again he is asking something dash, where is it? So Rohit says, certainly, it's very near to my office. So what he would have asked? He must have asked that, do you know where it is? So Rohit says, certainly, it's very near to my office. Let me? What could be the answer? Just guess. Maybe he's saying that, let me give you the lift or let me drop you to your workplace. So now are you able to understand how to attempt this kind of question? Please, the more you practice, the more you will be able to get thorough with it and you can score very good marks.
So students, here we have ended with the basic topic and the knowledge related to a writing skill, that is dialogue writing. At the end, I want to discuss about the thought of the day today, which I have written on the board over here. That is, positivity is the birth of success. So students, talking about positivity is birth of success. Why such a kind of a statement is made? Yes, when the topic comes positivity, people start with the kind of a positive thinking. See, everywhere the positive thinking is not been applied. I know pretty well. There are some kind of conditions where the negativity comes by itself. But this is where the high time begins, where you have to take the positivity in yourself. Whenever you get some kind of a failure, whenever you get distracted, disturbed, the positivity plays a very important role to build up and develop the strength among yourself so that you can reach towards your goal and success in your life. That's all for today. Thank you.